This video is to follow up from our previous video on the end of shoulders back and down. And it correlates really strongly with the swimmer shrug and all the exercises in that sequence that help to improve our shoulder blade position. Now, I focus a lot on shoulder blade position because of the fact it impacts our shoulder, our glenohumeral internal rotation range, but also strength and length of stroke. And I think if you could speak to any coach out there and say, with a series of exercises, you could improve length of stroke, internal rotation range, and internal rotation strength, you'd be on a winning argument there. So what we're going to do here with Mitch is just bring his arm up to 90 degrees, and we're going to just test quite crudely, but have a look at his internal rotation range. Okay? Now, if he now sets his shoulder blade back and down, or packs his lats, or whatever the cueing is, his internal rotation range dramatically changes. Okay? Now, if we go back up and think of just that little swimmer shrug again here, you can see straight away that his internal rotation range is improved. Okay? Does that feel easier?
Much easier.
Yeah. So that range is improved not by stretching his posterior cuff or doing any exercises around there, but just purely the cueing and the understanding of what the shoulder blade needs to do to improve that position. Now we're going to look at his strength as well, and we can do this up above his head as well, but we'll start down at 0 degrees. So Mitch is going to try to pull his hand towards his belly button, just in neutral for first. Then relax. Now I want you to set your shoulder blade back and down and pull and relax. And now the mini swimmer shrug and drive in. Now I have to work a lot harder straight away to resist that, right? Mitch, what do you feel when you do those? What's the difference?
It's in my pec, a lot more in my core.
When you do the swimmer shrug position?
Swimmer shrug,
yeah.
yep.
And when you go back and down, what do you feel?
A lot more through my lats.
Okay, cool. Now, if we took Mitch's arm into an overhead position, it's even exacerbated even more. So if his shoulder is back and down and he tries to push down towards the floor, I feel really strong because he's quite weak in that position. Whereas now if we float that shoulder blade up, bend the elbow a little bit and push down, it's a lot harder for me to work there. And again, you should probably feel that cross connection, that anterior chain working a lot harder. So rather than getting stuck doing your internal and external rotation exercises, it would be much more appropriate, I think, to get strong through the midsection, but then really focus on that series of exercises that you'll find in the intervention table around swimmer shrugs, bicep curl to overhead press, and even developing the strength to go through to the pull to press as well.